Hi, it's Charles here from the Steel Beam Lifter team. We're down in Dartford today working alongside Kurt, installing a steel beam in the back of his property today. We're going to demonstrate on this video the complete process from us unloading the delivery vehicle, transporting the columns and main beam into site, and then erecting the whole thing into position in a single day. Using the machine and the track dolly that goes with it, we have two options for you. First of all, if necessary, we can unload the steel beam from the lorry if it's yet to be delivered. Otherwise, if it's already on the drive, that's no problem either. We can pick the beam up, put it onto the track dolly and track it in and around the back of the house. Additionally, we can pick up your columns and carry those in just over the bed of the machine, ready to the install positions. Once the beam is around the back of the house, it's then a case of bringing it and aligning it up with the rear of the property so it's parallel with the rear wall in its pre-lift position. And at this point, we'll lift the beam up and set it onto a pair of heavy-duty bandstands. Once there, we transfer the beam from being on hook to being on our special up and under lifter, which effectively locks the beam onto the lifter and allows the beam to be both the highest point and the furthermost forward point of the machine. This allows us to bring beams up and under the back of the house where other machinery can't hang. Once the beam has been set onto the up and under lifter, it's then just a case of getting the builder to move some acro props around, either using needles or strong buoys, and then we can take the beam straight up and into its final fitted position for the builder. We often get asked, how on earth can you get the beam around the back and behind the acro props all in a single day? And the best system for these is the new prop pal needles that run through the back of the house. These are a great bit of kit. They take out one brick and slide through the rear wall of the house. And then you start, as you'll see here, the needle comes out approximately a metre into your oversight area. You start by propping here, further back on the prop pal. So you've got 800 mil of unused prop pal sticking out here. We then bring the beam around the back of the house up against the line of acro props here that are just outside the outer skin of the property. And the builder, once we've got it here, takes a spare acro prop, comes to the end of the prop pal or needle, and then winds it up there to take the pressure. That allows this acro prop to be taken out, effectively leapfrogging the acro prop from being in the way of the beam to then being in the oversight out of the way. At that point there, we can then lift the beam up and slot it in place. Now, sometimes the builder will say, well, yes, but I'm not putting needles through, I want to use strong buoys. And in which case, the way to do that is just the same. You start by putting strong buoys into the wall of the house. That allows you to take the wall down. Once you've taken the wall down, you take a spare acro prop and you now put it directly under the skin of the house instead. And that gives us enough room to bring this beam round, tuck it up against the rear wall of the house before reinserting an acro prop with a strong buoy that'll then be long enough to reach over the beam and pick up the skin instead. So effectively, you're using the same leapfrogging system to get the beam the correct side of the acro props and allow the lift to take place all in a single day. Kurt, can I ask why you called us in on this job?
Yeah, well, obviously, straight away the beam is massive, so that's one of the main reasons we got you in. And access was quite hard to get down the side of the building as well, so with the little dolly as well to track it round made a lot more sense to get you guys in and do all the heavy lifting for us, really. Save the backs and yeah, and the manpower, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously today, you know, we're at what's been the thick end of 900 kilos, and we're able to bring it in just working with Kurt and his father-in-law Brian to get the beam in a single day. I hope this all makes sense, and you can see how with a little machine like ours you can install the steel beam all in one day, saving yourself a lot of risk, a lot of labour cost, and hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks.